Hi guys, my name is Kathy and I am here with a really fun experiment I've been dying to try and I figured this is a great time to do it. I have seen this done on a couple different websites and I really wanted to see how well it works. So there's lots of names. It can be called the density column or the liquid rainbow column or the 7-layer columm, whatever you want to call it. I like to call it density column because we are talking about density. So what is density? I have visual aids here. Density is the big word of the day. So density is mass divided by volume. So what does that mean? I'll set that right there for just a second. Perfect. Mass is how much matter. Matter makes up everything, so how much matter there is in an object. So you take that matter, and then density is how tightly packed that matter is. So let's say we have, if you're going to measure densities, you have to use the same volume if you're comparing densities, I should say. So to compare densities, you need the same volume. So take these two cups here. We have half a cup of water and half a cup of dish soap. Same volume, but different densities. And that's because, like I said, the matter in one of them is going to be more tightly packed than the other. So what does this whole thing have to do? Well, we have 6 different liquids here, and we're going to see if we can compare their densities. Now, something that is less dense is going to float on top of something that is more dense, and so on and so on and so on. So we're going to get this cool kind of cake-looking effect. Hopefully, this works out right. So it's pretty easy to do. There's lots of fun stuff, and you probably have most of this stuff at home. The nice thing is about this experiment is it's pretty flexible. If you don't have a certain type of liquid, pick something else, see what happens. That's the great part of experimenting. It's kind of fun to see the results. So what do we have? We're doing half a cup. So we have a half a cup of honey, corn syrup, dish soap, water, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. It's probably in your parents' medicine closet. We also have our column. I have an old vase. You could use a big cup, something that's tall and that you can see through. That's really the cool part of this. These have all been pre-measured. There's also a few extra things. You'll see I have a spoon in the corn syrup. It's pretty thick, so it helps to scrape it out. I have a spoon at the ready for the honey, and I have a knife here. The knife is actually going to help with pouring some of these liquids a little bit later down the line, and I'll show you how that works. And then we always have some paper towels because things can get messy. All right, let's see if we can check out the densities of these liquids. All right, so we're going to put this front and center. We're going to start with the honey. Got my half cup of honey and my spoon. Now, when you're doing this, you're pouring them into the column. You don't want the liquid to touch the sides. You want to really get it down into the center, at least for the first few. So we're pouring the honey. And trying to scrape out as much as we can. Because remember, when you're comparing densities, you want to have the same volume. Lots of honey. I know, it's a great noise. All right. There is the honey. That's 1. Here you can see the layer of honey right at the bottom. Okay, here we go. Layer number 2 is corn syrup. And again, we're going to pour it directly in the middle, not all at once. You don't want to dump it, otherwise it's going to get mixed up. You want to do a little bit, just kind of do it slowly, right into the middle. So we're going to go slow. There we go. And again, not touching the sides of your column container. Hopefully this worked. And you see the corn syrup is slightly darker, so that's how we're going to be able to tell the difference. And scraping out all of it that I can. I'll have to look a little closely, but I think we may have some layers forming. All right, there we go. Let's see. All right, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, see, that's why you need a paper towel. All right, next is dish soap. Oh, can't see it. Dish soap, that's next. And this is blue. It's hard to tell in the glass here, but it is blue. And just like the others, we're gonna pour it directly into the center, nice and slow. See? Okay, good. How's that looking from your angle, guys? It's looking all right. Let's see. Let it drip. Remember, we want all of it that we can get. Nice blue color. Love that one. All right. Number 4. Here we go. This one is plain old water. I did add a little bit of food coloring, so it may look a little cloudy just so we can tell the difference. Now, this is where the knife comes in. You don't need a knife. You could use a turkey baster and use it that way to move it in. I didn't have one, so what I do, now, like I was telling you, you didn't want to touch the sides. This is where you're going to touch the sides of the column. I take this and I touch the knife to the side, and what I do is I gently, it's kind of interesting, I use this and I run the water down the knife, and then it goes to the side and runs very gently down the side of the column. It's hard to see from that angle. See if I can move it forward a little bit. Spilled a little, that's all right. It's dripping some, but it's dripping in to the column, so not too bad. You just want to kind of decrease the chance of mixing going on in there. Not too shabby, guys. A little spill, we'll clean that up. Just water. All right. Woo! 4 done, 2 to go. I wiped off the knife, as we're going to use the same technique, and this time we're using vegetable oil. All right. Here we go, and the vegetable oil is a little bit yellow, so we're going to see a little bit of a difference, because you can see the honey, the corn syrup, the blue dish soap, the kind of cloudy water. It's, again, I added something to it. It's not naturally like that. And here we go with some vegetable oil. And again, you don't need to use the knife. That was just what I had on hand. If you have a straw or turkey base or some way to just slowly add this liquid, because it is less dense, it has a higher chance of mixing, and we don't really want that to happen. We want them to layer nicely on top of each other. Here we go. Ooh, almost. Trying not to rush it too much. You guys see it? Can you see a yellow layer? Yeah. Woo! That's exciting. All right. Okay, wipe it off one more time. Make it nice and clean. Woo! There it is. A nice layer of yellow. And finally, rubbing alcohol. This is going to sit on top, which means it's going to be the least dense of the liquids. This is completely clear. So, and just like before, we're going to do it nice and slow, using our improvised technique here. If you guys try this at home and you come up with another way to do this, please let us know. You can reach out to our website, which is DEL, as in Delaware, DELMNH.org. So Delaware Museum Natural History. Or you can go to our Facebook page, which is the same, our Instagram, Twitter, all the great social media sites. We are there. We'd love to hear how your version of the density column worked out. Woo! I think we did it. All right, now to help you guys see it a little bit more, I have a paper towel here. Let's see if this works. I'm just gonna put this behind it because it's easier for you guys to see it with like a white background. I'm being very careful not to mix it. I'm gonna bring it forward. Can you guys see? Oh, actually, yeah, that's pretty good. So we have our honey at the bottom, corn syrup, dish soap, water with food coloring, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol. See how they're all layered like that? That's because they each have slightly different density. Now, what you guys can do at home, it's really fun. You can start adding stuff to this. You can try other liquids if you like, or you can take an object. Like I have had, you could try anything. No, don't have it on hand at the moment, but you can try a bolt or a paper clip or a ping pong ball, whatever you want, and you can gently drop it and see where it floats on there, because solids have density just like liquids. So if, let's say, the bolt is denser than the water but not as dense as the dish soap, where do you think it's going to end up? It's going to float somewhere in the middle. So it's pretty fun stuff. Lots of really cool adaptations you could do to this experiment. Go ahead and give it a try, and then let us know how it goes. Send us pictures of your density columns. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Thanks so much for joining me today, and have a great day. Bye, guys.